Pokemon League Championship fans, it's me, Murrah, aka your host. And I can't believe that's been missing from this. Anyway, as with me as always, not as with me. Sorry, it's been a long day. We started with our new laptops at work today, so I gotta fix that lamp later. Welcome to the PLC Season 10 Week 12 stream. It's the final stream of the regular season. We are here with Speakman.
Yo.
Yo, we've got a long one today. So we'll go to the ones that are not recorded. So that would be Mike versus Jalen was not recorded. Bosch versus Jay Wade versus Brian was not recorded. And Ty versus Dan was not recorded. Now keep in mind I may receive a call at any point, at which point, we'd have to rely briefly on your co-host power there. But the Mike versus Jalen is the easiest one to cover. Mike went to Japan to compete in Tekken for represent the United States in Tekken. So he was trying to make a appointment work with Jalen. They could not make it work. Jalen forfeited out of the graciousness of his heart, having already been eliminated from the season. And Mike got that by +3. Jalen took the -6. It really didn't affect him that much. And so that solidified that score. Next up would be Dan versus Ty. Now this was a bigger match for like deciding placement. Um, and we'll just rip the band-aids off. Dan won that one by 2, so that was a really close match. Won it by 2. And lastly, it was Jay Wade versus Brian. Now this was also a placement match. If Jay Wade won, he broke into playoffs no matter what. If Brian won, Brian also made playoffs no matter what. Whoever won that one made playoffs. But if Jay Wade lost, he was completely eliminated. Now, if Brian lost, he would have to rely on me losing. And what ended up happening was Jay Wade won by 4. So Brian was actually eliminated from season contention. And that brings us to the stream of the week. So let's turn off standings here. And we got this. That's not even the right thing. Where are we capturing replays? There we go. Properties. Switch this to the proper one, which is Jordan versus Corey. So it was actually the right one. Anyway,
No, the first one's Brendan versus Grants.
what view
You, s-
playlist? Oh, it is. Yeah, my bad. I'm on the
I was
wrong.
about to say, you sent me the
Oop,
listing.
my bad. I had changed up the order. And Jordan versus Corey was originally the first one. This one actually has
Okay.
no intro. So we'll just kick it right off. You ready, Speakman?
I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Now I'm sure I'll get a call any second, so you may have to.
Also, this first match does not have any audio.
No audio,
Uh,
right? So let me
yep.
turn on some Pokatunes before I get a call because it
Now,
is painfully awkward.
I will say, yeah, it sucks that we like kind of had to spoil like what happened in Ian's game, but considering we had to announce that who was locked in and who was not, who was not in the playoffs, we have to at least give something.
Well, so we told the players. Obviously,
Yeah.
nobody who's watching the current thing knows what happens in my match. Obviously,
Yeah.
so thanks for pointing that out. But not you, but whoever pointed it out. I think, uh,
It's Dan in the chat.
yeah, unnecessary to do us like that in the stream, but we had to. We had to do that because, again, like we had to tell you guys who made it for
Your
the
match is
final one.
second anyway. Fine. Your
Yeah,
match is second anyway.
totally fine. Totally fine. Alright. Is that too loud? That's way too loud. Fuck it.
But yeah, with Ian having his work thing, and I slept for basically like 4 hours last night, and so it'll be an interesting stream tonight, boys.
Yeah, there is no audio. There's no. Oh yeah. So I had to set up. This is what happened at my work. I'll actually just go ahead and change this off because it'll be easier for me to hear my fucking desk phone than than my other one. What happened was we started new, like they sent us work laptops and they wanted us to like fucking do the work laptops. And like basically I had to set up a whole new desk setup, and I don't have my second desk in this office right now. I just have the one desk, so it's just half of my command center. And then, so I had to like make room for this two monitor setup with this because I'm not using a laptop. That's bullshit. And
Fair
so
enough.
now I have two work computers. I have the main work computer and then my main computer, and I just do all my work on my one computer, and then I do all my chill stuff on this computer. So it works out okay, but like it's a weird like now I'm in like the fucking Star Trek like swivel chair situation going on. Two keyboards. I tried to use just a shitty keyboard at first, and like I'll be damned if these nice gaming keyboard wrist mounts don't actually like feel good. I had to switch back.
Doug, I'm not gonna lie to you. I when
Ooh,
I was
big
building my
avoid.
PC, uh, like when I went to build my PC, I researched a keyboard with a comfortable wrist mount, like wrist thing, and like tried to make sure I like felt out all of them, just so I could like figure out what the heck I wanted.
Yeah.
Uh, then I spent like $150 on a Corsair keyboard, and I love this thing. But
Which one did you get? I also spent similar amounts of money on.
oh,
I think around 200. I got this like I think it's like a K91 or some. I don't know.
I, I think I got like a K95 or something. I don't
Yeah,
know the name
something
of it,
like that.
but I got the key, like the keys that I wanted. I was like, oh, it
With
has
the
the extra buttons that
switches.
I want.
Yeah, so
Yep,
I've got
yep,
the G keys, like G1 through 6. You got that one too?
yep,
Yeah, so
yep.
we might have the same keyboard. I actually have two of those keyboards because I liked it so much. We might actually have the same fucking keyboard. I'm not. I'll send you a picture later.
Okay, all right.
But I and that is your wrist guard like magnetized?
No, mine is clipped in.
Okay, so that's the older version, which I also had previously to this, and then the newer version is like magnet. I don't like the magnet. I like the clipped in, but everything else is nice. Um, okay, so
I,
that razor shell missed a shit ton, and finally the keyboard
I
gets hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, as is the case in Pokemon, if it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate.
Yeah,
Um,
and as usual here in the PLC stream, we will spend a significant amount of time not discussing the actual match. There were a shit ton of shell misses that honestly might have changed the game around a little bit. Like Gantz basically has been getting the short end of the stick here the whole game, and that's unfortunate. But uh,
I mean, Gantz is technically up a Pokemon. Wait a minute, hold on, wait a second. Did I did
I
I
did
see something correctly on the moveset of that
I didn't see it.
Brendan dog?
I didn't
Brendan,
see it.
there's only three moves. There's an empty slot.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, yeah. I think he mentioned that. He mentioned that he was like, I know I'm gonna get clowned on for my move choice, and I'm just like, yeah, dude. I mean, if you know it, at least you told me ahead of time. I
Yeah,
forgot about that. So
he didn't tell me, so
he said, I don't even need a fourth move. Fuck it.
I mean, look, man. If any Pokemon is not gonna have a fourth move, it's that one.
Yeah.
I'll give credit for that.
I mean, maybe protect. Protect would work like perfect in
I
that
think
fourth
Protect
slot.
is on the moveset.
Holy shit, dude. Any rock
Like,
slides?
look,
We got to see this next turn. So like the match went really fast in the first couple turns, right? We lost a bunch of Pokemon, and then like we're 6 minutes in. The match is almost over now. Somehow, like the next couple turns just fucking fly by, I guess.
the funny thing is that Brendan's team like lost two Pokemon very quickly, and he did score KOs very quickly as well. So it's
Oh,
just like a lot of very frail Pokemon
yep.
that deal a lot of damage on both fucking sides.
All right. Well, I will let you hang on to this. I'm getting a call. 1 second.
Okay. So how we doing today, everybody? How we chilling? How we living? We out here? Oh no, it doesn't have protect. It's swords dance. Yo, that is crazy that if he had just come in on the Feraligatr, it probably would have been better. But unfortunately, Ditto comes in on the unburdened Mon that is unburdened, doesn't get a boost, just gets sad and depressed and exists in his tragic life. What up, Jay? What up, boy? Stellar Terra. Hey, Dan, actually, Stellar Terra on specifically Primarina ain't that bad. Primarina has great defensive typing, and you don't really want to lose that offensive typing. So Stellar Terra, where you get access to very, very powerful moves once, seems not terrible. That's not the move I would have clicked there, but more power to her. I don't think it killed there either, but yeah, Moonblast might have, just because of the stab boost on top of the stellar boost. Now hold on, wait a minute. Okay, it wasn't sashed. We just lived on 1 HP. That's wild. That's crazy. Uh, yeah, that's just wild. But anyway, JG did her best. Had a good opening strategy. Just sucked that yeah, just a lot of frail, fast damage dealers on Brendan's side. Yeah, there's a crazy that yeah, the terrain was still up, so fake out wouldn't have mattered as it wouldn't have been usable. Aris making a move, dropping Tinkaton for Snorlax. Oh, true, it was flying. Oh, you're right. That is
Terrain
important.
was up. That's right.
Oh no,
Um,
the terrain being up doesn't matter. What matters is it's flying. It was in the air.
so the terrain stopped affecting it, correct?
Yep. So yeah, fake out would have mattered there.
Oh man, could have made it. Could have made it happen. Now you forget that those type of idiosyncrasies in the middle of the match sometimes. Like for instance, last week I tried to use like a Thunder Wave on Goldengo. Like I forgot what good his gold does. Totally forgot why the Pokemon's good.
I am not going to critique anyone for not knowing mechanically how something worked in special cases after what happens in my game, which we won't have to watch for a while, but boy am I not excited about having to see it again.
All right. Well, that brings us to our next match. There. Congratulations, Brendan, for solidifying your place that was already solidified in playoffs. Um,
Well, it kept him alive for his top 4 slot.
it did keep you in the running for the top
Yep.
4 slot. We will say, at least in the running. Not necessarily secure. If Jay wins by a good amount, he could pass him.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, as we go on, this is myself versus Selena. So now, I haven't had the best season either. I'm not like better than anybody else. Just because traditionally and historically my score is more successful, like naturally. I'm doing bad this season, and that can happen to anybody. One of the things that is probably aiding in me doing bad is that I'm rouletting my team every week. So I thought, I've been having fun with it. I've been doing roulettes every week. I know that Selena was kind of like tapped out. Like she's had a rough season. She's had a rough year in terms of, how they feel about um, the situation and anyway, I decided to go full six. I did six roulettes, and my roulette decided, yeah, you're gonna go full on meta, bro. Like you're just gonna the best your team can get, like pretty much.
I think I've watched you bring this team like twice.
Not this exact team. Similar teams, but not this exact team.
Five of the same six.
But like, it was just like, well, roulette is what roulette is. But the first two, just so you guys know, were like mouse hold annihilate, and I was like, okay, this isn't. I was like, this is going badly. I mean, greatly for it's going well if I wanted to do super well. But anyway, we went through the whole list, and like they were just broken. Like the whole thing was really a broken list. So what I did end up doing was I just took sets mostly that I had already created. So the only thing that changed was like one Terra type. Oh no, I didn't. I changed one Terra type. I put an assault vest and changed one move from protect to something else on my Cleavor, and I changed like Iron Head to Poison Jab on my Garchomp. But I just like grabbed Pokemon that had already existed and fucking tossed them into this team. It didn't do anything with the stats or anything. Just carbon copies stacked. That's why you see myself, and by the way, I saw that subscription earlier, Speakman, thank you for that. And then J-Wade, I just saw your subscription. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. Sorry about that, guys. I was on a call when you did that, I believe. Anyway, so I went for full six. Selena wanted to be on voice call while we did this, so I hopped on voice. We talked while this happened. We were both drunk. Ironically, we were both hammered, and we just like had a good time. And I was like talking them through the match. I was like, "Don't do this," like blah blah blah, and we'll see how it goes. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. I decided I would just lead the mouse hold annihilate lead. Now, here's the thing about this first turn that's really interesting is I didn't even really consider it when I saw the leads, but I'm in retrospect like Selena led the exact perfect counter to my opening. Like perfect counter to my opening. She led Chandelure Weirdeer, and like I lead Annihilate Mousehold, so like the Chandelure is definitely faster than the Annihilate. It can bust off a Shadow Ball and it like almost kill me, and then if I beat up myself, it will just kill me the rest of the way, right? So like that's what we have to worry about. And then I do get the Defiant boost off, so that was cool.
I'm gonna say that is quite possibly the lowest value humanly possible that you could get out of an Intimidate.
Yeah.
Not only do you trigger Defiant, you have lowered the attack stat of the Mon that is clicking beat up on the slot next to him.
Exactly.
Meaning that it takes less damage. It's just I literally and I mean no fault to you on that, Selena. Like you didn't know that this was going to be the lead because Ian has led Cleavor every single game.
Not every single game. A lot of games.
You have led like
Cleavor is really
matches.
good as a lead.
Like 10 games.
It pretty much is only good as a lead. Like
that's I'm not disagreeing with you on what it's good at, but holy fuck, like that is just the lowest value Intimidate of all time.
Yeah. So I didn't even Terra here. I should have Terra'd because it's staring down the Chandelure, right? I didn't even think about it. I just did the thing, and he pulled the Chandelure out. I fucking Rage Fist into an Azumarill at base 350 power from the beat up with a Defiant boost, and now he sets up Trick Room, and now I'm just like, all right, like let's fucking go, like let's fucking go, buddy. Hell yeah, I'll start boxing people up. Whatever. Now I got my Follow Me Pokemon with Friend Guard next to my fucking Annihilate that's plus 6 on the fucking Rage Fists with a Defiant boost. I'm ready to go. He sends out Chandelure. I'm like, even better. If he was going to Shadow Ball, like, not now. Now you're not?
Wait, hold on a second. Was that the... That's crazy. That's a crazy item choice. I don't know that I would do that, but...
What item?
The room choice? Or room service?
Oh, yeah, he did that so he would be slower, yeah. I forgot about that, yeah. He did do room service so he would be slower so he could outspeed. She, my bad, sorry, yes, I apologize. So she, and we talked about that, well, she was like, maybe I'm slower, and she was slower, and...
we clicked single target moves in front of a follow me mod.
Yep. So now I was like, yeah, Selena, I think like even Vaporeon, I don't think has the HP and defense stat to stand up to a max power Defiant boosted Rage Fist. Like, I'm pretty sure Ioko that too. And fucking, I do the follow me. She gets the Psychic off. It does finally kill because it did half damage last time.
Yep.
And then I just fucking eat a Scald. I'm like, am I gonna get burned? No, we're not gonna get burned. No punish, and just fucking...
Doesn't even bring you down to health, or half health. Oh my god.
Beat up
so
my favorite Pokemon.
Now it's the 400 base power.
Beat the fuck out of my own Pokemon. Vaporeon's my favorite Pokemon. I'm like, I could heal, but also I could just bring in Cleavor now, like, whatever. And then the next, I was like, he had a slower Pokemon in the back, and then, I'm sorry, she had a slower Pokemon in the back, and she chose to bring out Jolteon, and I was like, okay, how many turns of Trick Room are still up? Like, is she gonna protect? Like, I think I check right here, yeah. And then I see there's 2 turns of Trick Room up, and I'm like, so she's not bringing this out to protect and wait out the turns. I'm gonna Rage Fist that Jolteon. Like, I'm just gonna punch that Jolteon in the mouth. Right? Like, ban. Likely ban. Evader restricted. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna punch the fuck out of this fish dog. I mean, sorry, now it's a spike dog. Charger dog? Psychic does go off. It does kill me. I was like, fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Oh man. Oh no, the mon that's already killed 3 fucking Pokemon.
I get the Stone Axe off, set up the rocks, and his last Pokemon I think is Hisui, or her last Pokemon is Hisui and Arcanine, I believe. And now I got the Assault Vest on. I was like, okay, just Shadow Ball me. We still got one more turn before you're fast. Like, so here's the thing. She actually didn't give up. Like, we were talking the whole time, and she was, like, feeling herself, like, the whole time we were playing. Like, I think, well, part of it was I was like, all right, like, don't focus on this. Remember, like, what's happening here? Like, I was doing, yeah, like, as Jay put it, like, reverse coaching. I was coaching my opponent to try to, like, make her successful at beating me. Here I Terra Flying, totally unnecessary here, by the way. I Terra Flying to get out of the way so I can come in an Earthquake later, which I don't even have to do, so, like, completely unnecessary process here, doing Terra Flying, and also puts me at risk of, like, just getting fucking mopped by this Jolteon randomly, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go first.
Dan, we all know that you would actively bully a child if you had the opportunity. Nobody gives a shit what you would do in the situation where you can be the bad guy.
Yeah, that Annihilate was sitting there like, you can't see me! No! I won't make a wish come true! We eat that. I get my Torch Song off. Totally kill that, finally. Jolteon's gone. Fastest thing out of the way. I'm like, we're in it now, boys. And I think I X-Scissored here because I thought, I didn't think she would Terra normal, and she survived because of it. Annihilate part of the Break-A-Wish Foundation. So yeah, so also just for some context, to to really put me in a bad spot here, because by the time Selena and I were battling, I had already known Jay Wade and and Brian's outcome, so I already knew what I had to lose by. Like if I lost, I would have had to lose by 5. I would have had to lose by 5, which already is far-fetched for my traditional score anyway. I like almost never get mopped out. And then also like if I usually win in this matchup specifically, so like really, and I walked out here because I thought Accelerock was coming. I thought that it got Accelerock. I'm not sure if it gets Accelerock.
No, Accelerock is a signature move.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure. So I was like, let me get out of here. I don't want to lose my Fire Lizard. And the Stone X went off first anyway. I don't even know how I outsped that.
It might be min speed.
Maybe. But anyway, the thing is, she had to beat me by 5 to 6 for it to matter for anybody. So I basically didn't have to win this match at all. I just had to take down Pokemon, and then obviously I was winning from the beginning, and I just like said I'm gonna have fun with it, and that's what happened. But we had a conversation during the match. I also walked her through some things, and then we talked back after the end of the match, and ultimately, you know, I think that Selena was just like in that mode, you know, of she was gonna. I knew she was gonna go Trick Room because she's been going Trick Room all year. It was like very readable. I actually brought Taunt on the mouse hold specifically for that. Like if I was not inebriated and we weren't on voice chat, the first turn I would have probably taunted the Weirdeer and protected on the Annihilate, considering the thing. I might have even Terra'd the Annihilate, so I Terra fighting and then Rage Fisted the Chandelure to try to like get that out of the way. But none of that even ended up mattering because Selena didn't take advantage of the lead. But Selena, we talked after the match. We refocused efforts on like what to focus on and what failures we saw through the season. And I think next season, or even if there is an off season, I think that they will stick around, and they'll do better next year. So that's the end of that one. I secure my place in playoffs above Jay Wade as 10th spot in that. So,
Uh,
wait, am I not 10th spot?
I don't remember. I had this listed out somewhere.
I might be 11th.
We'll go over placement.
We'll go over it later. We'll go over it later. There's got to be an infographic somewhere. In fact, Jordan, I'm pretty sure I'm 10th, by the way. But neither here nor there, Ty. We'll figure it out. Oh, God, please. Anyway. Let me just agree to this overtime real quick.
Yeah, I'll go over the placement at the very end for everyone, because I do in fact have it written down.
Perfect. I appreciate that. If you have it on a sheet, let me know.
I can write it up on a sheet while we're doing this.
Please, yeah, just like copy paste from the sheet that we have, and then put it into a new sheet, and then you can like edit it if you can. If you can, no big deal. Not.
I'll try. I promise. Oh, no, we don't have to do anything. Jordan's got it all taken care of for us.
Oh, it's already on the spreadsheet.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Hey, don't look at the spreadsheet.
Don't look at the spreadsheet. People. Yeah, fuck you guys
There's
for looking at the
spreadsheet.
God damn it! Fuck, Jordan. Ah! Like I told you to do it on a separate sheet. I said a separate sheet, and then tell me about it. Nobody listens. All right.
No, I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Well, that's the thing, Ty. People complain about last minute rule changes, but as I explained to Brendan this weekend, you guys have proven time and time again that you cannot be trusted. So like, fucking, we can't tell you things ahead of time. Anyway, this is Jordan versus Corey. Now, this is a match that matters a little bit. It matters for the top 2 spot, I think, and then it matters for Corey's overall spot. Corey could get knocked down pretty heavy if he loses. Yes, he. Yes. Okay. Um, so let's get into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is crazy. They both have Mandibuzz. I mean, not. Yeah, they do actually on the teams
Yeah,
too. They both have Mandibuzz on the teams. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
it's a
All
good
right.
mon.
It is a really good mon. I actually, Corey, hit me up. I kind of want my Mandibuzz back if you're watching.
Corey, I think used both his trades already. Yes,
Well,
used
what
both
the
his trades.
fuck, man? Am I the only
Get
one
left.
not getting traded?
No, I even posted a list of who all had trades left
You
open.
know what's crazy is before you even said anything about the spreadsheet, Jordan messaged the mod chat at 10:59, so like literally 4 minutes before we noticed, and said standings are good. So
Okay,
I
well,
could have just been paying attention to my notifications and fucking
yeah,
seen that. Anyway, this is Corey versus Jordan. I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. And let's turn the volume up a little.
Speaking of Jordan, he hasn't used any of his fucking moves yet.
Ooh, should I hit him up?
He's got everything still open, if
Mm,
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he hasn't done anything yet, so
I'm gonna hit him up.
once we've hit midnight, I'm gonna probably talk during one of the games over some Pokemon that I'm shocked are still available.
On the wire, you mean, or?
Yeah, because
I
I
mean,
think some crazy Pokemon are available.
I think that kind of aids Zach's point to the 2-2 a little bit. I hate to say it.
I see. As much as I do think that 2-2 would have been fine, I really think that it just means that less of your Pokemon that you
Ooh,
played through the season end up on your team in playoffs. And
big flame body, big flame body. That's true. I mean, there's
I don't,
something to be said for Matt.
you shouldn't be massively shaking up your team for the playoffs.
That's
That's
true.
that's what the other 12 weeks are for.
I know, but it's not.
It
I don't
should
think
be
it's
like
necessarily massively.
solidifying your
So
team.
like, I'm not. Well, so I'm not like. I almost was ready to get to do away with it, right? Like to do away with the feed on the week in general. But like, there's something to be said about you're not like massively, or some people are. Some, don't get me wrong. Some people are massively, especially with the 2-2, massively changing up their team. But really good follow me's here from this Magmar. Uh, the the thing that you can do with a 2-2, even if you just use both your wires, is you can take what you have been doing all year and really like hone it, like a sharpen it, like a fucking blade. You know what I mean? Like you can take two free things off of somebody else's team and like make your team from a fucking 6 to a 10. Like that's true. But it's there's something to be said about balancing and like doing, like you said, like making your trades in the season actually matter more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, this Magmar living on 11 health. Oh, that's so huge. That's
EVO
so
like
huge.
goes crazy.
Yep. The poison from the poison jab, very crazy. The burn mattered. All this just very, very crazy. Because if it didn't burn, that Magmar would be dead by now. Um,
Absolutely.
Gallade protecting that HP stat is something.
He just wanted the free snarl.
Fair enough.
He wanted to hit one more snarl, see if he could get the kill. At least
Oh,
lower.
actually, never mind.
Oh
It does
yeah,
live.
he wanted the kill. He wanted the kill on the Magmar to get rid of that.
Yep.
So that makes sense, though. I think I would
Yeah.
have knocked
I,
off the
I thought,
Hatterene, though.
honestly, I thought that he's following
You know
me.
what? He followed me. Right,
I
you're
thought
right.
I thought the Gallade was at a lower health than it was. I thought it was gonna die to the burn.
Oh, okay. You can barely hear the music. It's really always something with you, Ty. How about that? Is that better? It's
Is
like
never happy with the
it's
volume.
something with the volumes. Always the time, and you know what it is. There is a problem with it. So everybody records at a different volume for whatever reason. It's not my fault. Like I don't know.
I definitely recorded a very low volume
Like
by design.
I have to adjust the volumes every match to, you know what I mean? Like one time Brendan recorded at 500%. So like
Brendan has had the two extremes. He had the deafener, and then this week the deafen.
he's had all the extremes. He's had the deafener, he's had the no sound, and he's had the unfucking watchable choppy gameplay.
Yeah. Brendan has had has had the most dog shit recordings.
Sandstorm, okay.
I hate that Corey keeps doing this. I hate that he keeps fucking doing this.
Corey said he had the spice for Mandibuzz, and the spice seems to just be pocket sand.
I
Every fucking
Sandstorm do a fucking thing.
pocket sand. Pocket sand. Fuck those sashes. You're not got no sashes.
They already took damage.
I know. I don't know. Maybe it's
You're
for his
right,
Garchomp.
Ty,
It's for his
just
Garchomp. It's for his
pocket
Garchomp.
Yep,
It's
I
for
know,
his
I know.
Garchomp. It's
I
for
know
that
what the point
sand
is.
veil. But still, he's not. We don't even. Technically, I think Double Team is the only allowed off. Like, and I don't even think Double Team's in the game anymore.
Double team? No way they removed double team.
In terms of evasion, let's see. I think they took it out, dude.
I thought they took out like minimize or some shit.
They.
Minimize is still around? Jesus. Well, yeah, VGC doesn't ban anything, Dan.
Hang on. They don't ban it. Yeah, they just fucking straight
Except
up
for that-
remove it.
Yeah, except for that one guy who fucking nodded his head along with the crowd noises and got DQ'd on stream.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Interesting weekend of VGC play. Yeah,
Because
I don't-
somebody got banned because they nodded?
they accused them of getting assisted by the what's it called?
The crowd? Like
Yeah.
the cheers? That's
Dan,
crazy.
Mud Slap is not an evasion strat. That is an accuracy lowering strat. I don't know necessarily that we've done anything to mess with lowering your opponent's accuracy.
So it is in Scarlet and Violet. Double team, that is.
Yeah. I was about to say, I sure fucking hope it is.
Yeah. And let me see, Garchomp does not learn it, so it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah.
That's like one of the only like evasion boosting moves we allow in the rules, I think. So really, whenever you're relying on Sandvale, you're truly living on a prayer.
Yeah. I mean, Sandvale is a great ability.
Hey, yeah, we can't. Hey, Hippo.
I would just say Sandvale is an amazing.
There were some people that made it work.
I'm just saying. Don fan out there dodging everything, rolling around at the speed of sound. And at the speed of sound, I mean being outsped by every Pokemon because it's at -1 speed.
So it's funny that you mentioned Don Fan. My son saw the beginning of Mewtwo Strikes Back, but not the good one. The fucking 3D one from like 2021. Which sucked.
I don't think it's
sucks.
bad.
The animation is terrible. Like everything else that they do about it, like where they give more context to the story and stuff, is great. The animation is fucking dog shit. The voiceovers don't match up. Whatever. He saw Dawn Fan in that first fight where that asshole shows up to the.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. No.
Defog, baby.
Defog? Defog removes terrain?
Yep.
I didn't know it did that.
It does.
I haven't clicked defog ever outside of singles.
Look at fucking Jay going crazy in the chat. Yeah, so anyway, he sees Donphan and loves him immediately. By the way, also Donphan immediately gets O-code pretty much by a Bulbasaur. Like not even by Bulbasaur, I think by Pikachu or Charmander. Like something that doesn't make sense. I was like watching the match and I was like, I don't know if this Dom fan is just like level 5. I fucking don't know what's happening here. Like, this guy shouldn't be losing to to this fucking Don, like this Bulbasaur or whatever. Anyway, like, the Don fan also does almost all special moves in the whole match.
Yeah.
Salem loves the Don fan, wants to be called Don fan all weekend. He's like, what's that ground type Pokemon that I am? I go, Donphan. He goes, Donphan, and I roll. And I was like, yeah, that's what Donphan does.
Ty, I did in fact know that Defog removed hazards. I played singles. That move is one of the best moves in the game. It is single-handedly why Zapdos rose to OU in Gen 5.
I don't know about
Gen 6,
single-handedly. It's fucking,
No,
it's
when they gave it... No, without Defog, so in BDSP, it doesn't have Defog for some fucking reason, and it's bad.
Well, let me say this.
It's the only generation. It's the only game where Zapdos is bad because it doesn't have Defog.
Zapdos's typing and general move pool, I mean, just is amazing. Like, how can you how can it be bad? Like, I don't understand. Yeah. So 4-0 and the part of Jay. Sorry, Jordan. Dang, I always get there's so many J's. Whatever. He beats Corey by 4. That's what happens. And Corey actually had some really good things that he did well. There was some RNG that kind of stopped him from, I think, scoring better or even potentially winning. But ultimately, Jay brought it home with Side Spam.
I think it was just not having wide guard. Honestly, that really just
is a big part of it.
Absolutely, yeah. That was if wide guard was on the move pool, that would have been a much closer game.
So Corey,
because that Hatterene just got to live like rent free for so long,
basically the whole game.
Yeah.
So Corey,
even if it wasn't -2,
does take the loss by a significant amount. And Jordan just solidifies #1 spot right here. #1 headband for the whole season. That's what that is. That brings us to the next match. There's so many matches this week, guys. Let's just not even fuck around here. This is Jay versus SB. Now, Jay's been not capturing teams at the start, but that doesn't even matter because he still submits a team card to the screenshots channel, which is unheard of. There are people that don't submit that at all, that don't even record their match, and I'm like, who are you to think that you can just not submit something? Like, it's in the rules.
I just don't post my trainer cards.
Like, it's fine if you don't post your trainer cards, that's fine. Like, right? But, like, post the screenshot. Like, let us know it happened for the most part. Like, that's what it's about. And also, there's that fanfare or whatever. That's been a little lacking this year, but the fanfare has actually been amped up in other areas, so it's hard to complain. But please post your screenshots. Jay always posts screenshots of his teams, and then he does this recording where he just records the trainer cards, which is the perfect start point, honestly. So, honestly, if you want to start that way, as long as you still have the teams captured, because I use those for record keeping, that would be fantastic. If you want to do that, that's fine. Just submit the team picture. And I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, one of the things I like about recording all my matches is that I just get to, take the individual screenshots
at the end of the game. Yeah, from the recording, right? That's what I do.
Yep.
I take them directly from my recording. I just record the exact match, and then I stop, and then I go immediately and take the screenshots, and I fucking upload them. I actually stopped uploading them because I have to do so many other people's screenshot work. I basically do everybody's screenshots on the drive. So I just stopped uploading mine, and I just wait till Sunday. I gather all the screenshots as I do the standings, and then I fucking upload them all at once. And then what I do at the end of the year is I remove, because for whatever reason, when you submit a video to my drive, it loads its data onto your drive. So what I do at the end of the year is I delete the season 10 file, so it goes into your trash. So empty out your trash, just so you guys know. If you're submitting screenshots, empty your Google trash, and then I re-upload the entire season 10 on my own draft from just me, so you guys can all see it. Trick Room goes up, and I have all of the footage pretty much except for season 1. I think I'm missing season 1's footage. which you can get from the YouTube because it is on there. But I have literally every other season's footage from every match that was recorded. And previously, before Sword and Shield, every single match was recorded.
God, I missed the auto recording.
Replays were so dope, dude.
Dude,
So dope.
So nice. So fucking
We don't
nice.
have to deal with you picking your fucking moves. We don't have to deal with any of that bullshit, right? Like, I had to do a little bit more work because I had to manually record everything, but, like, you know, that wasn't even that big a deal. People would tell me they finished their match. I would put their replay code in, and then also people could watch their replays and battle either team. That was the other thing. You could battle either other team with the replay code and, like, get a feel. Like,
It's
fuck, man. Fuck.
It's so painful what they took from us.
Dude, the 20-minute timer they kind of corrected with match scheduling. They still have not corrected replays in general. Like, that's just not corrected. They're like,
by the way,
buy OBS.
All of you fucking people in fucking playoffs, schedule your matches ahead of time so that you can play with the extended timer.
So we will go over that at the end of the match, at the end of the stream as well. But to Speakman's point, for those of you that don't know, you can schedule a match. It does have to meet a certain time criteria and date criteria, so you have to agree to it ahead of time with your opponent. But that doesn't seem like something we don't do already anyway. So if you agree to a time frame with your opponent, you can schedule a match ahead of time. You both sign up to play it. And then it has an unlimited, you can make a 60-minute timer on that. And it can be a best of 3. So, and between the games, you can change Pokemon teams. You don't have to use the same team for the best of 3. So, schedule your matches in playoffs if you don't want to lose to the clock. That's all I'm saying. I know Zach said he's scheduling all his matches in playoffs, which I don't believe, but... Oh my god,
Wait a second, hold on. What was that last?
I'm not going back.
What had an ability shield? Wait a minute. Yo, hold on. Terra Fire. Okay, I like it.
So you could avoid, what, the Will-O-Wisp?
I think it's both to avoid Will-O-Wisp and to resist Play Rough. That's smart. I like that.
2 Hattereens is okay, 4 Indeedees is not, I would say.
Yeah, 4 Indeedees was the problem. Well, Jay, I'm gonna tell you, you will probably not have to play against Weezing again. All 3 of them are currently on the wire.
There's 4 of them, aren't there?
There are 3 Weezings. We had 2 regular Weezings and 1 Galarian.
Interesting, okay. If you're from my work and you're watching my stream, which I imagine somebody has time to do, you guys offered me the OT. You don't send me calls. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to fucking not stream Pokemon battles? I still take my calls. Thank God I have a co-host, right? Like, because that would be weird.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Let's go.
No, you're really here for just being a good commentator. I don't want to reduce the impact that you have, right? There's a multitude of reasons that you're here. But yeah, that is very helpful actually, especially you, like, because if in past commentators, even Zach, no offense to Zach, past commentators would just like flounder while I was off mic. You know, like, cute charm?
Whoa!
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Whoa! Wait a minute! What?
What the fuck is this?
What is this me in season 4? What the hell?
The fuck is going on, bro? Okay, all right. Hey, all right. SB, SB. He said, you will remember me.
Alright, SB. SB. I respect it. I respect it. I ain't gonna lie. I respect the fuck out of this.
SB,
I don't know that I would have done it, but I respect the fuck out of it.
If you've got cute shit like this going on,
Wait.
Bring your friend back, man. We'll take Evan back. Like, fucking let him play next year. We don't have to talk about what happened.
Actually, you know what? I just said, you know, I wouldn't do that. I have done that. I've done that.
Ooh.
I have brought cute charm.
The Aqua Tail did it.
Yo, I hope this is Coil Milotic then. If we're bringing Aqua
What are
Tail,
we doing?
I like it. Hey, look,
You're always
honestly,
looking at me.
No, Coil Milotic is one of my favorite single sets from like Gen 6 because you would just like spaghetti all over the floor and it would just somehow fucking work because nobody was ever prepared for like this very goofy ass melodic strat.
Come on. Terra and Coil right now, SB.
Well, SB unfortunately Terra'd on turn 1.
Oh, okay. Well,
to
then,
try and do Eruption, it got
honestly,
fake outed. Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, don't go for Terra spread move.
Breaking swipe. Nande.
Ooh.
Nandeska.
Wasn't familiar with your game, SB, but I respect the hell out of it.
I still think that the Marvel scale would have been the better call, but
I do agree that Marvel scale would have in the vacuum been a better ability to play.
I fucking like what you're doing, bro. Like I fucking did Milotic hit the wire?
Yeah, but it's an asterisk.
Fuck! I fucking told him it shouldn't have been an asterisk. I bitched so much about that. I fucking complained so fucking much about that. Fuck! Fuck! I could have had my low tick. Fuck! Zach! Fuck! I bitched at him so much. That was the least deserving of all the asterisk Pokemon in the entire fucking roster. And I fucking made, dude, Speakman, I said it so many times. I said, no, it's not supposed to be an asterisk, and he didn't even ask you. And then he just did it. He just made it an asterisk.
I was at work when you guys had the conversation.
Fuck!
Yeah, I don't know why we had Goodra as an asterisk and Como as not an asterisk, but
come the fuck on, bro.
I just, dog, God, I'm crying.
Somebody, Milotic deserves to be in the playoffs.
Oh my god. Well, I'll tell you what. Next season, we'll have 2 Milotics that aren't asterisks.
Ooh.
Because it's
double.
Well, but it all depends on, you know, like I assume we're still going to be playing on Scarlet Violet.
Which sucks.
Yeah, Coil, baby!
That sucks actually really bad because we have tapped this gen out pretty much.
We haven't had full power.
We haven't had full power yet.
That's what's left.
Which, like, normally this would have been the season, though. Like, normally this would have been the season that we had full power. We voted against it. And, like, if we had done full power, like, what the fuck would we have done for next year?
Oh, yeah. I think that, like, Reg H, I really do like that we did Reg H. I say as a person who, like, did not want to play in an Uber season, was more enthused by playing a Reg H season. So, like, I am very glad that this was a Reg H season. I like Reg H a lot. I think that being able to have Pokemon that are a little bit less, like, used being so fucking good, or being, like, these kind of, like, cool Pokemon that you're, like, excited to play with.
Yeah.
Is really cool. Dan, are you complaining about coverage on the fucking Illumies? It's Illumies. What fucking coverage do you want it to have, dog? It's spread moves, and I can't remember if it flinches or easily crits. It at least does something, dog. The Mon is asshole.
It has Prankster.
It does, in fact, have Struggle Bug, but that's about it.
Prankster.
That's not coverage.
It's just for Prankster.
Yeah, it is just for Prankster.
I've been eating fucking chocolate covered blueberries for like 3 weeks.
Ooh.
And acai berries, which, you know, whatever.
I'm not a big fan of acai berries.
When they're covered in chocolate, like...
Yeah, but anything is good when it's covered in chocolate, dog.
That's what I mean. It's like you can't really, you know, when they're covered in chocolate and like paired up with blueberries, like you don't notice. Now I will say, the number of times that Jay has offered me Skeledirge while I have Skeledirge on my team in the season has been astronomical.
Jay offered me Skeledirge for Klefki twice, and I so wish I took him up on it on one of the weeks. But the first time he offered it to me, I already had a trade lined up. And the second time I was like, nah, I can't afford to get rid of the fairy type. And then someone fucking dropped a fairy type to the wire that I wanted. And I was like, damn it, I already made my wire move. Fuck me, I could have had Skeledirge and a fairy.
That's the game we play.
Although, actually, Klefki was... Okay, Klefki didn't actually accomplish much for me. But it was nice to have the option to have a prankster screen setter.
It was nice.
Jay, homie, dog, stop it. Disrespectful. Dan, shut the fuck up. Somebody's gonna click Calm Mind and Klefki.
Oh my god.
What is this disrespectful ass play from both of you? What is... Well, actually, the Rage Powder is fine. Because the worst case scenario for you is Thunder Wave and you're paralyzed to oblivion.
We defeated.
Just disrespectful ass ending there, Jay.
So 4-0. SB was already eliminated mathematically. And even if he wasn't, he would have had to win by like a lot. And this was not winning by a lot. No offense, SB. I'm sorry. Again, obviously. We actually really appreciated a lot of your sets. I think that my low tick was great. I do think that it should have had an asterisk. I'm sorry about that. But it is what it is. So, we're going to move on.
It's time to talk about the sudden death, Ian.
Oh.
As
Is it time to talk about that? I was going to say that to the end.
So. Well, both their matches have been finalized in the thing. They both won by 4.
Well,
so it's time for that. Let's switch to that.
So, let me say this. There is a ruling specifically for this that has never had to been used in 10 years. There is a ruling on a perfect tie. So that would be somebody scores the same score, so like say in this case 7-3 or 7-4 or whatever, 7-5, I don't fucking remember, whatever the score is, and then like plus minus 9, right? They have a perfect tie. It goes down to their tiebreaker, which starts out as, you know, if they fought each other this season, who won, right? So did Jay win? Did Brendan win? Neither of them fought each other this year. So then it goes, potentially, this isn't actually written in the rules, but we explored the option of going like, okay, who of the top people have they battled? So that neither of them battled. Well, one of them battled Jordan, but neither of them both battled Jordan. And then they both battled Dan, who was the next place, and they both lost to Dan. So there was no tiebreaker there. Um, and we couldn't keep going down the list, right? So the rules say that they have to fight it out in a VGC style match. So they bring 6, choose 4, and fight it out. Neither player was willing to do another match. They just didn't want to fucking do it. They wanted to enjoy their weekends before the season started. So I recorded something that we got approved from the mods, and we're gonna watch that now. And you guys are just gonna. We're actually Speakman and I. You can just stop talking. We can just take a break for a second. It's about 4 minutes long. We're gonna kick this off. You ready, Speakman?
Yeah, I can't wait for them to still hear us talking, despite the fact that we're not going to be talking.
All right, enjoy, guys. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. I'm the only one with the recording. Go. All right. This is a video that will be played likely on the stream. So welcome to the Season 10 Week 12 stream. This is a hilarious event, and we're playing it at the end of the stream, I'm sure. So as you all have seen in the replays of the matches, Brendan and Jay both won their match by 4 and have a complete tie. Down the fucking, like, common opponents, everything. They're complete tie. They are completely tied. So normally the rule, if we go to the spreadsheet, and I'm actually going to go to the spreadsheet here to show you guys just so I can really prove to you guys how down pat we actually have it after 10 years. So in the event of a complete tie, you'll notice this line here. In the event of a complete tie, if both players blah 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 blah. Basically they have a sudden death battle where it's VGC style. They bring 6, use 4, doubles match, claim the tiebreaker, right? Now this normally we wouldn't even go through this bullshit, I'm sure, most of the time, but this is a complete tie for top 4. So whoever wins this tie gets the top 4 spot. And with that being said, they have elected to forego their battle match in the sense of they will do a. Sorry, let me change this match here because we gotta go to Discord. There we go. Nope. Streamers. There we go. Okay.
Hey, I really gotta say, I'm so glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, they've elected to do in lieu of combat, they have elected to do rock paper scissors, and so that is what you will be seeing tonight. Is the rock paper scissors match to decide 4th place. So, Brendan, you may select. If you have not selected yet, Jay, go ahead and select because this is round 1, best 2 or 3. Here we go. All right, first one goes to Brendan. Okay, so Brendan, go ahead and pick. Don't pick yet, Jay. I just want to go over this real quick. We have Jay and Brendan here with us as well as Speakman for witnesses. Hey guys. Oh, that's
Jay. I'm so glad we're on the same page about this because Ian was texting me and I was like, dude, I do not want to play another match.
I did not expect this to be how my. All right, go ahead, Jay. Is it a wash? It's a wash. That's best 2 or 3. Or do we do best 5? Best of 5? Because there's 3 scores here.
Fuck it, why not?
All right, Brendan, do you agree?
Sure, why not?
Okay, best of 5. Here we go. Come on, don't lose again, man. You bring it back. This is exciting.
Who's picking?
Go ahead and pick.
Brendan is a pro, dude.
Is it still me picking first?
Yeah, you go ahead and pick. Because we can't see your pick. Oh, shit. He fucking 3-0'd. He fucking 3-0'd, baby. All right, so.
Dude, I literally went right down the line.
So.
So, hold on. Let me explain my strategy. So, I'm pretty sure the old days, back when I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was playing on Dueling Book, Brian would always tell me, only cowards do not pick rock. So I picked rock, and I was like, yo, what if I just go down the line? What
Oh
if
my
I
God.
just go down the line, right? And it fucking worked.
So there you have it, guys. We're gonna end the recording here. Thank you all for joining the season. It's been a fantastic season. And Ian, I'm gonna send it back to you, but also thank you, Brendan and Jay and Speakman for sticking by and going through this rock paper scissors match.
Yes, sir.
Funny as hell.
All right. There you go. There you have it. That's
And it was funny as hell.
It was funny as hell. That is that's how that's how it fucking goes. I did send it back to myself, bro. I did
Do you got
send
a
it
problem
back.
with that, Ty? You would send it back to yourself. I know you would. I know for a fact you fucking would.
That's production value, ma'am. Alright, so
Yeah.
next we have Aris versus Bosch. Now, you know, Aris is in the top 3, so this is for solidification for him. Score-wise, I think people could have still passed him. I think that's potential. But it really depends on this, like, because Aris could have. So technically, Brendan and Jay might not have even had to fight, right? Because if Aris lost. All right. Anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck. Moving on to Aris versus Bosch. I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. Ah, fucking sold. Sold outcome. It's okay. Nobody heard it. Everybody heard it. Bosch's placement matters here. He already secured playoffs at this point. He was trying to make upper echelon.
Jordan, all I'm gonna say is, you seem to be complaining a lot about the fact that that neither player wanted to deal with that extra match. All I'm saying is, I hope you're never in that situation and forced to play out a match. All I'm saying. The fact that we gave players an option is nice and fun and makes it so that everyone is happier. Because, frankly, the only people who are upset are you and Zach. And Zach is mostly upset because you're upset.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the actual deal, right? I'm going to say it in the chat first. It is better than one person surrendering because they also have that option. Everybody always has that option to just be like, you can have it. Like, fucking... We got a rock, paper, scissors match. That's hilarious. Alright? One of them, and probably one of them was about to, actually, for those of you that don't know, we were on the call. One of them was just willing to just be like, fucking, you fucking take it, bro. Like, and yeah, it was Brendan, actually. I think it was. Like, Brendan was like, you can have it, bro. Like, I don't care. And fucking, like, for those of you that fucking want us to make them fight, that's crazy. Like, they agreed to rock, paper, scissors. Alright? Like, I would have liked to have them seen that fight. Obviously, that's one of those fantasy matches, right? Like Jay versus Jordan, season 2, or whatever, right? Like, in the playoffs. That was one of those fantasy matches, right? So that forever now, that their teams before playoffs, that week 12, those week 12 teams are like fantasy match Brendan versus Jay. Like, that's forever a fantasy match now. What would happen if they VGC ran that? Would Jay have gotten 4th place? Who knows? Money talks.
Money better not talk anymore.
Well, you
We
know,
banned
now that it's not public, you know, how do we enforce it?
Jay, that's disrespectful, Jay. That's disrespectful. No. No, not bringing up how the Cardinals sent him down.
Oh my god. For real though, I'm looking for some Pokemon. If you guys, we still have time. Make some crazy offers. Also, if it was for the Comfy, it'd have to be something really crazy. Like, offer me something crazy if you want the Comfy. Fuck it. Like, offer me something crazy. Offer me something normal for anything else. Like, give me some offers. I got 2 trades, guys. I'm here. Here we go with the beat up. Beat him up! a strategy that I actually was going to use early on in the season.
Man, I'm really not used to seeing an electrical attack hit a Mudsdale.
Bosch really knew that he was going to Terra that, but he didn't know.
Well, he
for
parried it
whatever
on turn
reason.
1. This is turn 2.
Oh, okay. My bad. He beat up on turn 2?
He beat, yeah, turn 1... I think he followed me on turn 1. And then
That's weird.
he heavy slammed the, Morgrim.
Oh, okay.
That is a dead lizard.
Gotta pay attention.
Oh, protect mouse turn 1 to block fake out.
Comfy Snorlax? Nah, I can't do that. Why don't we do anybody? Dude, give me your fucking. Dan, did you already do your second trade? Give me your Clefable.
Dan did his trades already.
Fucking fuck you, Dan.
I posted who has trades left
Who? Wait, where?
in the trade negotiations.
Oh man, let me take a look.
Being a good moderator, trying to keep track of everybody's trades.
Zachary's J. Brendan. Jordan.
I think Zach is honk shoeing right now, considering we don't see him in the chat. Got a little bit of that honk me action.
We could do that if you wanted, Jay. I honestly don't care about that. That honestly is fine with me because that's like the most even trade you could ever fucking like. They do the same shit, basically. Like
They don't. Honk does more damage. Hariyama has fake out.
yeah, they're
But yeah, they do mostly do the same thing.
they're the fucking same fucking Pokemon. Like they're fucking
Really,
like
the only difference is like, hey, do you want a harder hitting physical move or fighting move, or do you want fake out access? It's all the same shit.
Like chunkier fake out. Like what do you
Yeah.
want? Right? It's the same shit. Like fucking.
I'm so upset. I spent so long trying to get several Pokemon this season that I just did not get a chance to use because the wheel just hated me. Hariyama did nothing. Took me forever to get fucking Staraptor. Don't bring it this week.
Okay. Yeah, I mean Hariyama does have more drift, honestly, but you'll never forget that I fucking had you on chat explaining to me fucking not Liam Neeson, Jason Statham's character in that movie. I was like, oh, what was his name? And you like looked that shit up, and then I fucking sent out my fucking Conkeldurr and I named him after that fucking character in that movie. I fucking made you tell me his name. For those of you that don't know, I was in chat with Jay and our match, and fucking, I was like, he had just seen the movie Working Man with Jason Statham, and like, I had looked it up before the match, and I named my Conkeldurr after the character from Working Man, and fucking, we got on chat, and I was like, yo, what's up? And he was like, yo, how's life been treating you? I'm like, nah, I'm good, you know, I've been trying to see some movies, but you know how it is with the kids. I saw you saw Working Man the other day or whatever, and like, I just like set it up. I was like, what was that dude, what'd he play? He played the same character that he always does, and like, fucking set him up for it. He was like, yeah, his name was like Leon Cage or some shit, and then I fucking sent out Conkeldurr. It was great. I loved it. Anyway, Conkeldurr's inspiration, even though he looks like a fucking clown, like he looks like Buggy from One Piece, his inspiration is from just pretty much just like line workers, like construction workers, like just hardcore. He's just a fucking foreman.
You know,
Electric
Dan, that's a
moves.
good idea. They should trade Skeletors for Skeletors.
I'd be down. That is
Just to
technically a
use the
legal
fucking
trade.
trade.
I mean, it's a legal trade. It is a legal trade. If you want to use a void trade for that, Jay, I'd be down just for the fucking show. Ooh, except he can't. What do we got? We got Mousehold, Annihilate, Garchomp. You want Garchomp for something? No? Nah, I probably couldn't give up Garchomp. I don't know, what, like Rillaboom maybe would be the only thing I think I could probably give it up for, and that's not fair. Dan, you didn't even ask me properly. I actually approached you a week ahead of time about your fucking Clefable. I got a call.
Dan, I've been trying to get that off of him for half the season as well. Don't worry, you're not the only person. He wasn't budging on that. You know, it happens. Such is life. Anyway, we got a big fish on the board now. And I think we still have the Terra from Bosch's side. Hey, yo, Ty. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. Too bad you didn't give me the fucking bear that I wanted the whole season. Offers it in week fucking 11. Ooh. Bitch ass. Anyway, finally we get to see Bosch's Terra. This Dragonite has done shockingly little and been out here the whole time. Just because, like, it kept fire punching into the +6 defense. Man, I don't get offended at that. Come on, you should be used to this shit from me by now. Dan, to be fair, I'm never going to expect someone in the first season to know what the fuck Bruxish does. Doug, I still barely know what fucking Bruxish does, and I played with it in season 3 or 4. This fish just goes fucking crazy, dog. The funnier part about this mon is that, like, yeah, it's got this immense ability to just ruin priority. But it also could just hit you really hard, and you don't know which thing it's gonna do when it comes out. It could just be Strong Jaw. You don't know! Your Dragonite really did sit here the entire game, huh? That's crazy. Good for it. Just good for it. Rocky Helmet? Hold up. I was not prepared for this. I was not familiar with your game, sir. Yes, Dan, I do know that it had Signature Fangs as a signature move. Again, I played with it in Season 3 or 4. Back when we were in Gen 7. Back when it got introduced. Funny-ass fish. Very funny that Aris went from +4 to +2 by just bashing his head against that Dragonite. His score didn't matter, though. I mean, this man's score was...
We're
He ended
gonna
up with a
switch over to the
+28.
next match
Crazy.
real quick. That was crazy. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, man. Can I have you plug that device back up for me, both of them, if you would? No, I usually do the small black one first, but it doesn't truly matter if you either or. So we are going to go on to, sorry about that, Zach versus Philip here. Now we have to skip ahead here. I have only a few seconds to leave this member on mute because I have a time frame. It's going to be 23 seconds. I'll be right back to let me know if we're there. Alright. Now it usually takes about 2 or 3 minutes for them to fully come back up, so just bear with me there for a moment. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to start at 23. You ready?
I'm ready.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. I'll be done with this in like 5 minutes. Not even less than probably like 2 minutes. Peace out.
Okay. Yeah, so Phil's got rain, Zach's got sand. We've got a matchup of weather, which is kind of what I wanted from this season. You know, I wanted to see some nice, chill weather strats, and it's been fun. It's been nice. Very annoying lead from Zach here. It's his work is called The Daily Scoop. Dan, I gotta get some ice cream at some point. Although I don't know how I'm gonna get that from you, considering I don't see you ever anymore. And your boss doesn't let you buy our shit anymore. I don't know how I would get it, but I want ice cream. Anyway, Gengar fucking dies after singing his favorite song. Because he put the sash on the goth. Dan, if you look and see the focus sash, that I believe was a somewhat bulkier Gengar set, which does not work with what Gengar does just normally. But you know what? Ideas were had. I didn't see for very long. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not see what item it was. Let me see if Zach posted the screenshot. He did. The item on Houndstone is Spell Tag. Spell Tag. Dan, I assume, based on it being Zach, of all people who did this, that there was, in fact, a plan that maybe we're just too stupid to know. He would have told us, but he's not here right now, so. Probably sleeping like a reasonable human being. Fucking moron. Fucking sleeping. Ooh. I'm gonna go to bed. Ew. Wait a minute. That's really funny. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, I will say, I am still not a proponent.
We did it, boys.
Woo!
Right,
Yeah!
What are we not a proponent of?
I'm not a proponent of Perish Trap. Unless you're, like, specifically playing against a strategy that it's really easy to pull off against. This is not a team where I would normally expect it to be very strong against. Because Phil's team has a lot of, what is it? A lot of Pokemon that can learn, like, U-turn and shit.
That's true. And those moves are not affected by it.
Ooh, that's the Def Drop.
And there goes the exact move you mentioned.
Yep. Yeah, like, it's just too easy to fucking play out of Perish Trap. Now, granted, he is going to get the Arcaludon with this, but it just seems... It seems like it could have done more.
Yeah.
We haven't really done damage. We've spent 3 of our turns and lost effectively 2 health bars of Pokemon just to KO 1 Pokemon. That, frankly, isn't that hard to KO with your team. Like, yeah, it's really annoying, but Scizor got the hell out.
Right. And now he's out of there.
Yeah. If Scizor didn't have U-turn, then that would have been good, because you would have, you know, at that point, you would have gotten a lot of value out of switching in the Staraptor, getting the Intimidate off, leaving it stuck in there. It can't really kill anything before it goes down. But yeah, I think Parastrap is definitely a lot better in a 4v4 setting. It's also a lot easier to get into a game state where your opponent only has 2 Pokemon left in a 4v4 than it is in a 6v6. So if you remove their ability to switch at all while still having extra Pokemon, then that fulfills the trapping condition. So you just you lose that extra access to a free arena trap.
Right. Even if they're down to 3, you at least take 1 with you, like.
Yeah.
Which is pretty big in that setting in general. You know what I mean? Like you lock 1 in at least. You have to kill 1 Pokemon to make it start working. You know, that's the magic of it all.
This Arbo just living. I mean, depending on how the end of turn things go. Ooh, my God.
Big hyper voice.
Oh, big. That crit is huge on the Staraptor.
And
especially because with the sand.
Honestly, Archulotto can die here, and that's okay.
Or Caludon's done what it needs to. It took out.
Fucking...
Oh, it's throat spray. Okay. Rest in peace, Arboliva. But again, you did what you needed to do.
You hate to see that. That was a big part of his game plan too.
Yeah.
So like, look at that though. Look
at
the team that's left.
Like so much of your team is highly damaged. You've done no damage to the Scizor, who is a very obnoxious Pokemon. Like, oh my God, that mon's annoying. Now, granted, he does have the flamethrower here on the Komao for it, so he's probably fine. But oh my goodness, it's just there's so much went wrong and had the potential to go wrong, unfortunately.
Right. We're low on Pokemon and fucking moves here.
Yeah. I will say, though, like, this is a spot where Zach is in the driver's seat by already having stuff out. But, yeah, like, we just get to bring in... We can no longer clear the rain.
Or set up Sand Rush.
Yeah. So, like, we're just going to be at a speed disadvantage outside of the Tailwind.
And yeah, like Dan says, that dragon hates a hurricane.
Yeah. And we've used our Terra.
Phil is intimidating in this position, for sure.
Dude, Phil's team is fucking insane. God, I wish I had played correctly against him last week. I feel like our game could have been so good, but ugh. I just played so poorly. By the way, it is now midnight. The wire is closed.
There we go. That's it for teams. Thank you all for playing. Obviously, you know, donate and whatever, and do that type of stuff if you can. Ooh, that is the end of our workday, gentlemen.
Woohoo! It could be Swift Swim, but Tailwind is up.
Right, that's true.
But now Tailwind is gone. So now we are at the speed disadvantage.
Set it up again.
Well, so the problem with that, buddy old pal, our bird is dead.
No. Not our bird. Fake out. That's the magic of Gothitelle, right? Like,
Yeah.
just a bitch, but a whore.
Yep.
Like, fucking fuck you, Gothitelle. Like, you piece of shit.
That Aura Sphere doing respectable damage to the Pelipper. Now, the Pelipper is slower than the Como. Yeah, I do agree with that, Dan. The Como should have been the target there. Because you don't really know... You know that the Gothitelle is a very passive mon. You've seen Skill Swap. You've seen these, like, kind of less useful abilities or moves from it so far. You know it's got Protect, you know it's got Fake Out, you know it's got Skill Swap. So yeah, I would have been hard focusing this Como-O. Thunder Wave on the Como-O, very big. Getting this guy even slower. It's choice specs locked into Aura Sphere.
Of course.
He knows that the Shadow Sneak is going to kill the Pelipper. But yeah, I think like Tailwind into Hurricane there would have been probably game.
For sure.
Actually, no, it wouldn't have. Tailwind into Hurricane gets punished by the Shadow Sneak. So I actually think that was the correct play line from
If he had done Tailwind,
Phil.
though, if he had done Tailwind, it would have been game here. That's the fact of the matter. That just is the fact of the matter. Like, if he had done Tailwind here, he would have...
Yeah, Scizor gets to outspeed. And...
It's over. It's over. So, like, that's the end of the game.
You know what? I don't think Phil did Terra. But yeah, now the dog just kind of eats face here. I don't necessarily think that there was a good spot for Phil to Terra for most of this game. I'm just going to be honest with you. Most of the damage that got dealt was either neutral or
See,
or
now,
not very
if
effective.
he had targeted that dog, would he have killed it?
God, no.
Okay, well then never mind. Doesn't matter. He did the right call. He lowered...
Yeah. He got back up to the focus sash.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying, though? Like,
Yeah.
Phil could have had that. Way to correct.
Damn,
that.
what a game. What a game.
What I want to say, and this is something that I pointed out to the mods earlier, I quote unquote mods. This is there's a like OGs chat really is what it is. Just like everybody that had been a part of like the couple of original seasons, and basically I pointed out to them that like Philip and Speakman, even SB and Justin, especially SB and Justin, right? Every single player that was already eliminated, like, fought fucking tooth and nail to the end. Like, especially, like, Speakman and Philip and Justin, like, just fucking, like, clawed eyes out to get to where they were, right? Like, absolutely fucking put the work in and tried to, like, show their opponent up. And, like, just massive fucking performance at the tail end, even when they were pretty much assured to not make the playoffs. And I don't know what to say other than that's great sportsmanship and that's amazing. Like that was an absolute amazing performance from everybody that played in the lower end. Now because we know of myself and Jay Wade's win-loss here, we know that everybody below us, so Philip, Speakman, Selena, SB, Justin, and JG are all eliminated now. Unfortunately, thank you guys for playing. Obviously, Speakman for filling in. Really. Um,
I got you.
and just in general, you guys really fucking put up a fight at the end. Like, talk about cornered animal, right? Like, you guys fucking, and you almost made it too. Like, almost like fucking made it on the end. Like, gotta love that.
Uh, yeah, I played really poorly through a lot of my games this season, and I don't think I deserved to be in playoffs if I had made it.
Well,
Because frankly, I am my own biggest hater when it comes to my plays in this game. And y'all know I will type up a storm of every fucking misplay I make, and I'm gonna work on being better. You know what? I'll work on being better and playing better, because I would like to not suck.
I don't know. I don't know what else we can ask of you. That's the best we can ask of you is to just like do better, play better, right? Learn from our mistakes. Like I do the same thing. Like I fucking shit the bed so many times this season. There are multiple matches that you can literally say that I lost the game. Like I fucking threw the game away that I had by like not hitting discharge against a Reese on that wedge, hitting nasty plot for whatever fucking reason, right? Like there's multiple moments in the season where like there were obvious plays that I didn't make that would have resulted in a different outcome, and like you can do that to yourself all day, Speakman. But at the end of the day, when we look at the stats, right? You almost made it, and you fucking fought tooth and nail to get to where you were, and I think that
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
alone is admirable.
I'm never gonna not fight. I'm not gonna give up and roll over, because I think it's more fun if I go down with a fight. I mean, heck, I even this last week, I know I'm most likely eliminated, because I have to win this game by 5 and hope that other people win or lose and by absurd amounts. And I'm like, all right, bet. I still roulette my team. I got a team, and I was like, this is the most boring team comp, because it gave me Ursa Luna, Espeon, Indeedee, trying to remember what the fourth one was. Dusclops. And I was like, I've run that comp like 4 times.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm throwing the 3 starter Pokemon on instead.
Yeah, I hear you. So let's watch this match, but I do want to say like you guys did a phenomenal job even at the end of the match, even at the end of the day. And Philip, in particular, had referred to
Phil.
himself. Philip had referred to himself as like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Like he thought he was already out. He was like, I'm just a crab in a bucket now, trying to pull down more crabs with me, like. And fucking, he had a phenomenal turn of season from the start of his season. Like you can't talk about a better comeback story than Philip's whole season this year. So I think that everybody deserves their flowers. And this is definitely a match that is this is the last match of the week, right? Like this is the last one.
Yep, this is the last one.
And yeah, so this is also your only match that was the end of the match of the season. This is the only one that made it to the final match of the season.
I'm so upset that this is the match of mine that gets to be the last one.
So let's take a look. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. So you brought us in. You told us about what you were thinking about already, kind of.
I made the team comp, and I went, I want to click the pledge moves, and I realized with this team comp that meant I had 1 physical attacker, and I'm like, all right, we're throwing special attacks, whatever. First mistake, Sceptile gets no moves. This mon gets no moves and no bitches.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, cool, all right.
Mega Sceptile though.
Yep. So I'm like, all right, we'll grass pledge the 1 slot, and we'll water pledge the other. And I'm thinking, all right, what's going to happen is it's going to be a water move at 150 base power that hits into the Volbeat slot.
No.
I am going to learn a very interesting fact about the pledge moves here. That is not how they work.
They just set up the terrain, right?
No. They do damage. They are a damage-dealing move. The Tailwind goes up. Expected. See the Hyper Voice. I'm like, alright, that's Zoroark. We'll see my second mistake soon. Grass Pledge goes off, Water Pledge goes off, and I'm like, alright, I know it's the Empoleon using the move. And it's a Grass type move. And I'm like, alright, that's not what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to be a Water move. But I've got my thing set up, so now I outspeed everything. I know what's going to happen from here. I assume that it is the other Zoroark, not Hisuian. I'm like, that's the Gen 5 one. That's Unova. Despite the fact that I already saw the picture of it. I know it's the white one. So we Focus Blast into a Lucario slot instead of, using a real move. And so we lose Sceptile because of that.
What?
I play like crap. I play like garbage. I've not lied to you. If I had been thinking correctly, I would have pledged into the Lucario or the Zoroark slot because I know what it is.
That's crazy.
And I know that the sash is on the Volbeat. So
I would have thought it would have been the one that's doing the move.
yeah, no. It's the original. It's the first movers type.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to remember that. I also have all 3 starter types on my team. Is this double Lucario? Wait, okay.
Yeah, the one on the right side is yeah. Then I completely forget that I'm using pledge moves and not just like normal damage dealing moves. And so I double pledge into the Lucario, which was not my plan.
Oh, no.
Like I said, this is, I think, the worst I have ever played the beginning of a game. The first 3 turns, every play I have made a mistake. I'm so, not my finest moment. I'm just gonna say that. It is a very nice screenshot.
Two fucking Lucario shinies. Let me ask you this question. I don't know if you know this. If the Zoroark was not shiny, but the Lucario it was copying was shiny.
It copies the shininess of the Pokemon.
Interesting.
Bullet Punch doesn't kill. But yeah, now all my starter Pokemon are dead. I'm like, alright, that's the funny strat gone. I also know at this point that I can know that by the virtue of losing both those Pokemon, I am now out of the playoffs. So I'm like, alright, I don't give a fuck anymore. We're just gonna start hitting the funny button.
Side spam.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I was not happy to play Side Spam this season, Side Spam is a cool strat if you like it, but it's not for me. Y'all can have your Side Spam. Yeah.
Like, just unfortunate.
Yeah. Also, to go with the fact that I have stated fuck the kid friendliness, I don't know if anyone noticed, all of my Pokemon's names are kind of sexual.
Oh,
just every single one of them. Yeah, we've got Feathery. We have Codpiece. I don't remember what I named the Sceptile. We've got the classic Discord Kitten and Thickums.
You dirty animal. I can't believe that we're where we're at now.
Dude, it's crazy that this is the end of the regular season.
It's been such a long year, it feels like, honestly.
God. in so long.
Let's pace this. We are almost to the end here. Let's go into standing pins. One. Let me capture one more image before I let you guys move on. Oh, we haven't done that yet. Let's do that. Okay, so.
Wasn't expecting my choice Scarf max speed Espeon to get outsped by both Pokemon under Tailwind, but remembering that, you know, it's double speed, not like 1.5 speed, is like, yeah, right. And also the flinch, because we couldn't end my season on anything else.
Oh, why would
Just it had to be. Yeah, and Scary Shell Smash under Tailwind. And I attack into a Protect.
Nah.
I think I played this game good in the slightest. And again, I hate to say that, like, this is not a knock against any of the people I've played it all this season. I think that I have played some genuinely fantastic games from the other side. Boy, do I hate fucking watching myself play!
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh, I
It's
hate
hard
it
to
so
watch yourself play sometimes.
Instead of trying to, like, wait out the Tailwind turns, I'm like, you know what? I just gotta be hyper offensive here. I just kind of need to press.
Only thing you can do in this situation that you're in.
Because I'm like, alright, I don't know what this end game is gonna look like if it's just Ursaluna plus the Minior. If I, like, get double rock slided into flinches.
Right.
But I have to play around the Minior trying to, like, single target something. And I just should not have been afraid of the Minior trying to single target something. Drain Punch into the end game is just really funny. And Earth Power just does basically nothing.
We've got a sick end of the season though. Minior are actually showing off for the last like 3 weeks. That's one of the things I wanted to point out, right? Like, this Minior has been putting in fucking work. And it's it's a mostly
Minior
shit
hard.
Pokemon. It's a mostly shit Pokemon. Let's just be honest. It fucking
Yeah,
sucks.
dog shit Pokemon.
It sucks dicks. And fucking Justin put the bricks, he put the fucking spurs to multiple players with this Pokemon. So, I don't fucking know what you want, but that was fucking badass.
When he got the Shell Smash off, I was like, I'm gonna get rock slided into oblivion, and I will just cry myself to sleep over flinch hacks. And then he clicked his special move, and I went, oh, thank God.
Had the chance too. I mean, you had already been eliminated. Like, there was this was for pride at the most.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna be upset if I went down to rock slide flinches. I was just gonna be upset, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
It would have been fitting for any player to go down to rock slide flinches. It should have been me, but
It would have been shit.
Or
to have
Brian.
that happen. Brian would have been great for it to happen because of all of his what's that Pokemon that he loves to use, the little fucking centipede.
Centipede.
You know, it's Dunsparce, yeah.
Oh, that's Brendan.
Right. Fuck him. I'm just kidding. Flinch hacks,
There-
motherfucker.
Brendan got punished for that by his stint with Dondozo. You know, the Pokemon that did no damage the entire time it got brought.
So, honestly, like, just a really good match, first of all, between both of you. I know that you didn't play your best, but, like, down to the wire, you both fought tooth and nail to the end, and you are both eliminated, unfortunately, but that's still just a really good ending of the arc, the story arc, the fucking WWE of it all, you know what I mean?
I think Zach's match was much better.
That brings us to the standings, my guys. The standings, which I pulled up an infographic for. So we have it for you guys here. This is the people who are making it, the people who didn't make it. This is their scores. You can take a look. It was updated by Jordan. I trust his math. He, as a statistician, historically has been pretty good. So I respect the information that we're looking at. This is from him, though, so if it's wrong, you can come to him. Anyway, starting with the top four, we have Jordan, Dan, Reese, and Brendan. As we know from the rock, paper, scissors competition that we saw earlier, Brendan won that exact complete tie. Obviously, we could have gone by the streak, but I don't think the streak is, like, very fair. I don't think the streak is good to go by. We honestly don't. That I don't even know if that should count. I think that only counts for like placement in regular season. I really don't know what it's for ultimately, but there's some things that don't matter anyway, like points. Points doesn't matter. There's no ties in this game. So anyway, moving on. The next couple placements are Jay, Zach, Bosch, Ty, Mike, myself, Ian, Aris, and Jordan. Those are the players that will make the play-in rounds. Now, all play-in rounds are best of 3. There's no more best of 1s anymore with play-in rounds. You do get a best of 3 going into the play-in round, so make sure that you plan accordingly. So, as we mentioned earlier in the stream, you can schedule your matches ahead of time to forego a timer, or at least to get around that timer restriction. If you are playing a playoff match and you lose to timer, it is quite literally your fault for not having scheduled it ahead of time. So that is what it is. Now I will show you guys, because I have it pulled up already, the playoff brackets. This is going to be everybody that's playing everybody, right? So here we go. Here we are, folks. So in round 1, these are the play-ins. We have Jay versus Jay Wade. That's going to be a really cool match from New York City to the across the pond, England. You know what I mean? Not quite the Boston Tea Party, but like not too fucking far. That's like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So that is actually
4 hours. It's like 4 hours.
So fun fact. They played in week 5, and in that game, Jay won by 3. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out in a best of 3.
I'd be excited to see that as well. So that is a Jay versus Jay Wade match for play-ins. And then we have Zach versus Corey. Now, this is a game that actually happened quite recently, actually. Very recently, I think. And Zach...
No, it was also in week 5.
Okay, never mind. You know what? Whatever. The weeks blend together. But no, they had a pretty cool match, as I recall. I think it was closer than Zach had intended it to be. I think Zach won. That
was Corey winning by 0.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy match. So now we got a best of 3 between these fucking guys. Here we go.
Also, Zach has spent the last week complaining that he did not want to end up against Mike in the playoffs because he did not want to play against Sand. Lo and behold, we see what the final results are. We know what the matchups are. Corey immediately picks up Hippowdon without knowing that he's playing against Zach.
So, Sand it is, baby. There you go. Now we got fucking me versus Bosch. So Bosch actually defeated me in his first season in regular season. So I technically have something to prove here. I'm the veteran. I have one of the higher placements in general historically. Like, I've got something to prove here in the best of three. Bosch is just trying to advance and just continue to cement his own legacy in his first season of the PLC. So that is a very interesting match, and I'm excited to play and to showcase that. Luckily, the next match will not be recorded, so we have a maximum of, and please don't do this to me, you fucking fuckers. We have a maximum of 9 matches next week.
Hey, we're getting done pretty early comparatively. It's only 12:30.
Right. So 9 matches potentially next week, because I know that Mike's not going to record his match. But Ty versus Mike is a pretty big match. Now, I don't think that Ty's ever beaten Mike, and I don't say that to be like a dick. I think that that's the case. And so that is a big best of 3. I don't even think they've had a best of 3 situation between the two of them ever. And so that is a pretty big deal for Ty and Mike. So Ty's got something to prove. What's going on?
I will actually say that in the historic matchup of Mike versus Ty, Ty is actually, he has won both their out of the 3 times they've met in the regular season, Ty has won twice and Mike has won once.
Oh.
And then in the playoffs, Mike has won the only game that they've played.
Okay, so a little bit of an even score, kind of.
Very even.
Playoffs obviously leaning towards Mike in their playoffs game. That may have been only a one of, though. That may have been the old school play-in style that only had a best of 1. You know what I mean? Technically even all-time in all total score. But very interesting stats there between those two. It's exciting to see. Now, as we can see from round 2, Jordan's placement is up there, Dan's placement's up there, Aris and so forth. I'm not the person that does this normally, but I think, obviously Jordan being number 1 will play whoever the highest one is. So if J Wade or Corey win, he'll play J Wade or Corey. If I win, but neither of them win, he'll play me, and so on and so forth until we get to the lower, the highest of the score, and then we go down the list in the same manner, right? So like, if J Wade wins and Corey wins, then J Wade plays Jordan and Corey plays Dan, and so on and so forth. You get the scores.
We're doing constant we're doing reseeding every round, right? Am I correct?
So the reseeding, yes. So basically, the way that it works is it doesn't just like transfer over. It's like it does transfer over after round 2. So when we get into the semifinals and the finals, that will transfer manually. But in round 2, it will go like Jordan will play the lowest seed, and then Dan will play the second lowest seed.
This may be a question for the mods chat after we're done. Shouldn't Dan and Brendan be swapped so that Jordan and Brendan are on the same side of the bracket and Aris and Dan are on the same side of the bracket? Why would 1 and 2 play each other in semifinals potentially? That doesn't make any sense.
We might need to. I'll talk to.
I may have brought this up previously, I think, as well.
Probably a good score. So don't look at the map. Just think about the scores, right? Like, we're going to figure this out later. I'll get back to you on that, but that's probably a really good point. We need to swap Dan with Brendan, right?
Yeah, Dan and Brendan, because it should be 1 and 4 on the same side of the bracket and 2 and 3 on the other side.
Yeah, we'll just do that. I'll just actually go ahead and do that in the playoff bracket right now. So bear with me 1 second. We're gonna cut and paste, and we're gonna fucking cut and oops.
Okay, well, the format, it'll all be fixed in post. It'll all be fixed in post.
It's all fixed in post, guys. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fixed in post. And actually, it is currently.
Well, there's some lines missing, but it'll be fine.
We'll figure it out, guys. Don't worry about it.
Good enough for government work.
Yeah, exactly. let's do the 4 squares. There we go. I think I got it. And then we'll do this one 4 squares. 4 squares. And then this one 4 squares. 4 squares.
There we go.
There we go. We're all
Beautiful.
fixed. We're all fixed. There we go. And I gotta move Dan up. But either way,
Or just move Brendan down. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
no, I mean like just up. Anyway, we got it fixed, and it's fine. You guys will figure it out. You guys know who you're battling next week. Don't worry about round 2 because you haven't even made it there yet. So shut the fuck up and fucking play your games. And we'll talk to you guys next week with the real playoff bracket and everything that happens that way. Thank you so much for joining us for PLC Season 10, Week 12. Speakman, thank you for joining me for the long stream.
Of course.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, and thank you so much for watching.